Hi guys, this is Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to attempt number 2 of part 1 of my World of Warcraft leveling guide 1 to 90 Human Priest. Now the reason I'm throwing this up for a couple of reasons is one, I'm trying to find out what sticks and what doesn't with the Eclipse Gaming TV channel so far. The main reason I set that up was to do commentaries of FPS of Counter-Strike, and it turns out that's actually been way less popular in comparison to Football Manager videos. So, bit interesting, and I'm not sure how this is going to go either way, but I thought I'd give it a go. And there's a lot of reasons for doing this as I jump into the game. This is the character that I've gone and created. He's based on one of my footballing heroes. I'm not sure if he got an England cap or not. I probably should have researched this, but we're talking about ex-Wimbledon striker and former Gladiators host John Fashanu. And this is based on a character that I created probably 4 or 5 years ago. There was a human priest, didn't go very far at all, but it kind of went that way. I'm a very experienced World of Warcraft player from way back in the day. Played what's known as Vanilla WoW now, which was basically you can get up to level 60 and raid in the likes of Molten Core and Blackwing Lair and that sort of thing, and those were hardcore times way back in the day. And I got fairly far through it. A lot of the people that I started off playing with, school friends and people I'd been involved in various other bits of gaming with, ended up sort of joining in with that one. And as they dropped away from the game, I tried to stick around as best I can. But in the end, real life and having a job and stuff away from a computer kind of took me away. So a lot of things have happened since I last loaded up a game of World of Warcraft, and instead of jumping on one of my level 80 characters, bringing them up to the top level, I thought I'd start again, throw up a YouTube series, and I am going to jump into the game now. Basically, I did get things up and running, showed you the introduction and the like, and I had a complete PC crash and have to start again. Basically though, please throw feedback at me and drop it in the comments section or throw me a message on YouTube and I'll do my best to accommodate. I was planning I was going to do the whole warts and all, no editing whatsoever, show you every single thing I do from level 1 to 90. But considering this is something I was planning to do for about half an hour a day, and when I was playing World of Warcraft to begin with, I can remember days where I would spend a day and a half solid, and this is more than like a day's work. This is get up at like 10, play until about 1 in the morning, go to bed, get up at 10, where I'd just spend the whole time killing gorillas trying to get hearts for a quest, which is down in, can't think of the name of it now. But yeah, I think we're going to find out that this is not going to last very long, this whole, yeah, I'm going to do everything, I'm going to show you the whole lot, I'm not going to edit a thing, and I'm probably going to have to beg my girlfriend to try and help me out on this, because I've got no idea about video editing or software or that sort of thing. I'm also going to go at it from kind of a beginner's standpoint, I think, because it sounds like there's a lot of hardcore raiding stuff out on YouTube, and there are some leveling guides as well, but they are maybe not as detailed as you'd like, and not from a beginner standpoint. And even though I've put in about 2,000 hours on this game altogether, I am pretty new to it again, really, which is why I wanted to go from the start, as I'm going to take down my first wolf here. Another thing, let me know what you think about game sound on or off. I used to turn it off and have music on in the background. Probably won't be able to do the music thing really, because big issues with copyrights and YouTube and the like. So yeah, I probably won't go that route with it. But if you're quite happy for me to leave sound off and just chat away at you guys, then fair enough. If you can tolerate that, then fair play to you. I'm fairly impressed, because I know I'd get bored of listening to myself, but we'll see. Pretty much just let me know what you want to see from this leveling guide, and I will do my best to accommodate. As you see here, I've got one... Oh, hello. Invited to a guild. I'll take that. Haven't got a guild so far. And yeah, you get the comment. So you get chat down here. I'm probably not going to spend that much time messing around with the chat thing, because otherwise that would end up dragging on way too long, so I'm going to leave that alone. Really, really basic stuff. When you highlight over... Oh, hello. That Blackrock Spy is getting a bit leery. He's going to jump out of the bushes and slaughter me in a minute. Bit savage. But yeah, if you got here, where the wolf is in yellow, it means that he's not going to attack me unless I attack him. If it's in red, it means if you get anywhere near that guy, he's going to try and fuck your shit up. Fairly straightforward. Yeah, so that's the basis of it. And then also the colour, I'll highlight this one here. You see it's got a level 1 there, so if that's yellow, it means you've got a good chance of taking it on. If it's sort of orange, it's going to be a tough fight. If it's red, you've got no chance. And if it's like green or grey, then it's not a fair fight. It's like 10 blokes taking on a 7-year-old. Not like a honey badger taking on 5 lions, because that's a completely different story. But you kind of get where I'm going with this one, I think. So the game starts you off very easy. Go and kill 6 wolves that, because I'm a priest playing a ranged class, they can only get sort of been in there close enough to do 1 bit of damage, and then I've taken them down. So that was a nice easy one. Got to return back to this guy, who gives me a clinch, which is a belt. Okay, and I've got to go and kill some Blackrock Spies, who are those blokes that were giving it the big un from in the bushes. So that'll be a nice, easy one for me as well, I would think. Right, there we go. Now, just throwing this out there, I'm starting again on a completely new server. I'm not going back to my, I guess they're level 80s from way back in the day. I probably will at some point. I've got my Paladin and my Rogue that were the main 2 that I used to play, and a few other alts that never really got there. I was always renowned as a slow leveler back in the day when I was playing with my mates. They pretty much got there before me. I spent way too much time messing around doing professions and the like. Because I am starting afresh here, I'm going to need to try and get some money in. I haven't got a main character that can just go and throw heirlooms at this character. I'm just going to keep casting because getting hit by the guy is pretty savage. As you can see, if you're a caster and you're getting hit, then it can interrupt and it slows down your casting time, which is a bitch sometimes when you get yourself caught up in a fight. But yeah, I'm probably going to start with a couple of gathering professions, sort of herbalism and skinning or something like that. Just so I can get the items in, get those levels up, and use this as a character that can generate me a bit of cash. That's if I don't go and upgrade to Miss of Pandaria, which I haven't got yet. And if you do that and also pre-order the next expansion coming out round about Christmas time, you also get a free character bump to level 90. So I'm very tempted to take on that offer. We'll see how things go and if I'll still potentially be playing this in December, but if it does happen, I'll probably go for it. Pick one of the classes that I never got to the highest level. I'm thinking probably Mage at this point. As tempting as it is to go for a monk, never played a monk before, and there's a lot of people that play this that had nothing better to do with their lives like I did way back in the day when I did it. I'm quite open to admit that. I was not old enough to drink, or just about old enough to drink, but didn't have the money to go out every week, so most of our time was spent with a crate of beers and get all our PCs around someone's house and play World of Warcraft. It worked for us. It was kind of social. We were sitting around the same table, usually not talking to each other all that much, just focusing on the grinding of whatever we're doing or leveling or the like. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to take on a new class and start from the beginning, actually learn how to play it, save people getting all ragey and angry at me, which is always the way. I'm probably going to use that 90 boost to create myself a mage, who are ridiculously overpowered and pretty easy. Remember a time when I was still playing where pretty much all the mage would do in a raid is mash one button constantly and would end up top of the DPS charts, and it was as easy as that if you had any half decent gear. For those of you just starting out, DPS, damage per second, once you get up to high levels, that's pretty much how you measure how good your gear is and how well you play your class if you're involved in damage, because you end up in quite a long boss fight where you're at it for 10-15 minutes, and it's all about the long game. Because for this, I'm killing these guys in 10-15 seconds, if that. In fact, probably a lot less than that. Call it more like 5-10. As we see here, I'm killing completely the wrong guys. I'm killing Goblin Assassins. I should be killing not Goblin Assassins, these Blackrock Spies. So let's get back on the right track here rather than just gunning everyone else down. And I'm playing a priest here, which is a character that I didn't play all that much, didn't level them much past 30, I think. Priests are, well, they can go one of two ways. They were, when I first started out, the main class for healing. Various things have changed since then. I used to heal as a paladin, and they completely ruined that, which was the main reason I stopped playing. And because I had a rogue that I could do a lot of damage with still. Changed how rogue played and completely ruined everything on that as well, and there's no way I could just drop to healing. Pretty much they changed it so that you would run out of mana, the thing you used to cast spells with, which is this blue bar up here, pretty instantly, and when you're out of mana and you got teammates that need healing, you are pretty screwed. And again, you get ragey like 15-year-olds shouting at you constantly. That's if they don't kick you out of the party, which does happen, trust me. I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun with that. But yeah, priests, big healing class, and also you can use them as damage. You can go Shadow Priest, which is the main DPS class, which is the way I'll go for leveling, I'm sure.
Well met.
Okay, so got to go and speak to this biatch inside here. And I think, if I remember rightly, she might be up top. And Priestess Anetta is going to be my first priest trainer, if I can find that. There's a mage trainer up here. Where am I going? Completely lost. Always good. Okay, I've screwed this. So she is, I believe, up top. And she's in through the main hall and up here and up through these stairs. I think we might be cooking on gas here now. He says, as he goes and finds the priestesses up here. Priestess, please be... Wow. Wow, okay, so I'm not having a good day so far. I would like to promise that random running around looking for people and quests isn't going to happen on this game very often, but I don't rate the chances of that. So is she through here? Yes, she is through here. Okay, awesome. Priest trainer. Right, okay. So she is going to give me a quest. Reach level 3. Already done that. So now I've got to go and find the training dummies and use Shadow Word Pain on it. Shadow Word Pain. It's 17 damage instantly and 102 seconds over 18 seconds. These are called damage over time spells, or dots. So you might well hear that reference, mainly because, well, it's pretty obvious. It will tick a bit of damage once in a while. Sometimes you find out that throwing these on there, as well as mashing them with, say, smites like I've been using, is quite a good tactic to really sort of boost your damage numbers going forward. And it's also a way that you can do damage to, say, a second while you're concentrating on the first one and really smashing them down with your spells. So I will probably end up using things like that quite a lot going forward. Also, just to throw it out there, I tend to use my my keyboard. So down here, these bars, you can set them up and these correspond to a number on your keyboard. You probably want to use your main ones around about 1, 2, 3, 4, as if you're WASDering, you can reach to those keys. WASD is basically using WASD to move around rather than the arrow keys. You will also see sometimes that I will click, and the reason I'm clicking down here is usually because my hands are tired from mashing buttons for so long. So yeah, for the most part I use numbers rather than clicking. Also, you'll probably see there's some fancy sort of GUIs, which is pretty much little bits of information up on your screen on your heads-up display. I'm not using anything at the moment. Probably need to try and go back and get my old interface back up. But there's a lot of really cool things that you can pick up. Some of them have probably been disabled since, been changed and tweaked slightly. Pretty much there was things that could be automated that the game didn't really want you to have automated, that made it a little bit easier for you. So they've got rid of some of that, and there's always usually updates, but people try and work the system, and I'll talk you through once I get some the more useful ones when I use them.
Greetings.
Okay, so level 4, quest done. And I think what I'll do with this, try and work out how long I've been recording for, but I haven't got time, so I've got to start checking this stuff, get a stopwatch on or something. I'm probably going to get myself to level 5 and then call this part, throw it up for you guys. Maybe finish whatever quest I'm on as well. I'm going to try and keep these parts to about half an hour if I can. Actually, looking at it, I think I might have a bit longer than that, so
hello.
We'll see. I'll just keep pressing on, see how I get on. So, already started out on this, but I've got to go and kill some goblin assassins. I've also got a robe here, so I'll throw on my new robe. Fancy looking. And also another quest here, so I'll grab this one, and I've got to revive soldiers using the prayer book. Right, that's fine. I can do that. Right click on injured Stormwind infantry in the battlefield. Yeah, I got you. It's fine. Oh, there's one. And so you see this sort of sparkly effect on the ground means something that you need to pick up, or something you can interact with. If you are going to interact, then it's a simple right click. Nice and easy. So there's me reviving a couple. Going to take on this goblin assassin. So I'll throw on my new Shadow Word Pain, do some damage over time, whilst I nuke him down with these smites. So nothing particularly stressful going on here so far, nothing all that complex. Killing things in 2 or 3 hits. When you see big font there, you get a critical hit, it's called, where you do more damage. It pretty much works out about double, I think. And also something I wanted to mention to you. You can see here, to the top right of this box that comes up, it gives you, it says cloth. 4 levels of armour that you can use. Cloth, leather, mail, chainmail and plate. And they move up in a scale in that level for how strong they are. If you play a caster class, for example priest or mage, you can only wear cloth, which gives you the least protection. It basically means if you get yourself in any kind of trouble, you are going to die pretty quickly. And it moves up from there. Leather gives you a bit more protection, but still, you don't want to end up going fist to fist with someone. You're not going to last too long if they've got a nice sharp sword to deal with. And then mail, it's got bits of metal in it, is going to do a bit better for you. And plate is the heaviest and the most durable. With it though, you do get a few advantages of playing a cloth class. Basically, you need different stats, which I'll again bring up for you here. First video is basically a little introduction, and these are all used for various things. So strength, attack power, and that helps with. Agility helps with critical hit chance, where you see the big numbers flash up. Stamina increases health, which is this bar here, the green bar. Intellect increases spell power, so more damage with what I'm doing, more healing power if I'm doing healing duties, for example, and more chance of getting critical hits with spells. And spirit, which is mana regeneration while out of combat. So big ones for me are going to be intellect, because I'm going to be casting lots of spells. I don't do anything hand to hand. I'm not going to get hit very often. So I don't need to worry about either of those, or stamina really. Main two is going to be intellect and spirit. Spirit is more because everything I do is going to be connected to spells that I'm casting, so I need this mana stuff. And when I'm out and playing on long sessions and trying to grind my way up, I've got to kill 500 of these things in order to get enough items to drop to finish the quest, for example. Then I don't want to have to wait ages and ages for that to get back up to a high enough level that I can go and start killing stuffs again. So that's why it's quite important to have spirit as well as intellect.
Hello.
So
Have a good one.
that's got me some shoes.
Hello.
That's got me some gloves.
Have a good one.
So at the moment, these gloves have only got armour on them. So higher armour means more protection for me, and that's all I'm looking at the moment. But as time goes on in this game, these will start to have stats on it. So it would be, say, plus 20 critical hit chance, or it would give you plus 20 intellect, which in turn gives you a bit of critical hit chance, as we just sort of talked about there. And so lots of things to pick up. Most of it I know already, so I've got it in the back of my head, but I'll just remember to keep telling you guys. Hopefully, if you haven't encountered World of Warcraft before, or you're thinking about it, this will be a good reason for you to think, you know what, I don't want to watch this guy level his characters, I want to do it myself. And if I can inspire you to do that, then fantastic. Right, so I have to go and go to the vineyard to the east. Right, okay.
Careful.
Another quest here as well.
Hello.
So I'll go and grab
See you
this.
later.
They have changed things up a bit. I can't remember what patch or how long ago they did this. But basically there is a little attack coming on this abbey that are out here, North Shore Abbey. So we go and strut over here. And you see these vineyards here being burnt down, and they're planning an attack. It was a little bit different last time. It was a band of thieves that had sort of taken over the vineyard, hadn't torched the place, and you had to go and sort of stir things up with them and get rid of them and kill their leader eventually. Right, so that Beach we were chatting to wanted me to extinguish some fires, so let's do that. Quite handily, your objectives up here, if there's any quest items for things like extinguishers, it throws it up there so that you can easily access it. You don't have to get your inventory up or stick it on your bar here, which is nice. I like that. It's very useful. Those are things you can get add-ons to help you out with going forward. Or you used to be able to way back. Now, not necessarily. The game does it for you. And you see, I've got to get 8 Blackrock Orc weapons out of these guys, and it shows you, bottom right corner, that these are where the weapons come from. A good little hint to have. Again, the game gives you that. You used to have to get an add-on to do that yourself. So I've got one of these, and you notice 1 kill, 1 weapon drop. And at the very beginning of this game, it's probably going to be quite friendly, but you will find later on, when you start getting used to the game and they treat you as an experienced player, man, that does not happen. And you can look it up and you'll see that the drop rate for the items that you want is about 5%. You have to go and kill 10, 15, 20 things just to get 1 drop. And if you need 25 of the bloody things, you're going to be there a long time. And as you can see, I've killed 3 things. I've got 3 of the items. For those of you thinking, oh man, this game must be easy when quests finish that quickly. No. No, it's not. This is just Blizzard guiding you in easily. It's all downhill from here, folks. And if I decide not to properly edit everything, then you're going to see how calm I am dealing with that situation. Not very. And just try to put this tree out, and that doesn't work. It's actually this vineyard, this field here that I've got to go and deal with. Also, just to show you what we highlighted last time, these guys highlighted red. They're yellow level 4, same level as me, so I can handle it. I'm just going to strut up to this guy and say hey, and he gets a bit aggressive, decides to take me on. You have to watch that. And also, if you're dealing with enemies that are higher level than you, so much higher level than you, the distance it takes before they... Oh, there's a big leader guy that we're going to have to kill at some point. But not yet. Don't fancy it. Yeah. The further the distance in level is between you, the further the gap, the shorter the distance is before... I've got this completely wrong. The bigger the gap in the level between you and the guy that's trying to fuck you up, the further distance you can be away before they start getting aggressive with you. So with these guys, because I'm same level, I've got to literally just get up in their face and be all up in their grill before they decide to take a swing at me. With some the much higher levels, so if you wander into an area that's way below your level, you'll find people come running at you from like halfway across the map to try and take you on, which is the last thing you want. You'd really want it to be the other way around, I think. But yeah, that's the way it goes. And you do find, for example, if you're trying to get in and deal with quest items, and you've got these guys running around, you can be a bit tricky to a point and sneak in. Like we're seeing with the other lot, you had to get right up in their face before they challenge you. So I can probably get to this one without this guy getting involved. And that's exactly what has happened there. But if they're a couple of levels higher than me, chances are they would not be particularly happy with me doing this. All challenges that you don't face early on, but throughout your time in World of Warcraft, those be the times that will result in broken mice, broken keyboard, stuff being thrown halfway across the room, and trust me, I have done this in the past. When you're tired, you spent like 10 hours on the game, you just wanted to finish this one more quest before you go to bed, because it's going to get you this really awesome item that you've been looking forward to for like 2 weeks, and you just can't get it because you get all sorts of people getting involved that you really don't want any part of. It all comes with the fun. But if you can get through that, I call it character building. There are lots of times where you get character building on this game. So let's hand these quests in.
Hello. See you later.
Cool. So 2 quests. Leveled up to level 5, and I've got Power Word Shield. So 40 seconds, last 15 seconds. And let's see. So draws on the soul of the friendly target to shield them, absorbing 458 damage. This is quite useful. If I get myself in a bit of trouble, throw that on. And then I can take 457 points of damage, which is basically me dying twice. Pretty useful thing to have. Gets you out of trouble. Something like that, you pretty much want to throw it on before you get into any kind of combat with anything half dangerous. So you'll probably see me get into that habit when I'm going to enter a fight. Power Word Shield goes on. I'm going to hit a target with my Shadow Word Pain to do damage over time, and then I'll just start throwing in this smite to begin with. And it comes down to that. It comes down to patterns. You'll probably only press 3 or 4 buttons every single time when you go to attack something, and it's just learning those routines, what you need to be casting when, that will make all the difference to you going forward. As I'm handling this weapon as well, you get a choice of weapons, and again, the weapons that you can use are limited to what class you're playing. If you're a priest wearing cloth armor and you're casting healing spells, there is no point you having a big fuck off two-handed mace that you're swinging around. Trust me on that one. So yeah, it's realistic, let's put it that way. So for me, I can use a one-handed mace, I can use a one-handed dagger, and I've got a staff which is two-handed. At the moment I'm going to take the staff because it does more damage per second, which it shows here. Going forward, there are some benefits of choosing a single-handed weapon, because you can then use something in your offhand. I think you can pretty much hold something that gives you a bit of intellect. What I will do though is we are practically done at this starting area, and as it's the first part, I want to give you guys plenty to sink your teeth into, plenty to say what you like, didn't like, and would need to see improvements on. And we made half decent progress and got ourselves to level 5. So I'm going to strut over here, and basically that big boss dude that I was talking about, the level 5 guy in here, is the one that we got to take down. You will see characters that have actual names, like these are all known as Blackrock Invaders, another Blackrock Invader guarding the big guy. And you get half decent stuff dropped off them. I've got some coins out of the guys, yeah, a few bits here and there as I throw them. Shield, Shadow Word Pain, a couple of smites, the 3-2-1 attack. He's no match for me. Yeah, well, these guys that have got names by them, they are usually quest items, and they also usually drop slightly better stuff if they're named. As far as what you can pick up, you can get some half decent gear later on in the game. This guy, I'm sure he's going to give me nothing special, but I do get some nice items to pick up. As you can see, he's a lot tougher than the others. You can see my damage over time spell was still... Oh, it's gone now. I'll show you that next time when I remember. But yeah, that's him slain. That's job done. So I'll strut back. And that's everything finished on this starter area. The human starter area, everything's nicely compacted in. So you've only got to run here to the Abbey. We will start moving off into some wider, bigger areas. We're going to have some more dangerous mobs that we have to deal with. As a heads up as well, things like this running around, a lot of people refer to them as mobs. I'll probably get back into that habit and start doing that. So officially, if you want to follow the storyline here, we've just stopped any potential invasion of this Northshire Abbey. So congratulations to us.
Need help?
And then with this, right, okay. So I just got staff, so I won't get that. I'm going to grab this wand, and I will show you how the wand works. So I've got to go to Goldshire in Elwyn Forest for the next quest. So what we'll do is we will run there, but I'm also going to show you just quickly how this wand works. So you stick this in. Okay. I thought the wand, this is different. Can I put that in there? No, I can't. Okay. It used to be that you could have a staff and a wand, but now you can only have one or the other. So I will just show you this wand quickly, how it works. If I can find something in here to kill. Why have you killed everything? Seriously? Okay, there we go. So it's a ranged weapon. Not very good at this stage, but yeah, just to give you an example, I'll let that Stormwind infantry guy deal with it, as we'll run to Goldshire where the next mission's going to start. But one thing you could have done, as you don't want to start swinging the staff and try and get hand to hand, that's just ridiculous. So what you would end up doing, if you were short on mana, you ran out of this and couldn't cast any spells, for example, or...
Hello.
You know, for various reasons, if you wanted to do a little bit of damage in between heals, you'd stick your wand on, and then you can stand at range and do such negligible damage that you may as well not even bother, but at least it makes you feel useful, eh? So we're pretty much coming to the end of the part. I'm going to run to Goldshire, which is the next village along. We get some slightly more challenging quests to deal with. So we'll pick that one up in the next video. But yeah, this is a good chance for you guys to throw some feedback in. Let me know what you think. Things you want me to see, do, change to make this better and more watchable for you. Maybe nobody's particularly interested in watching leveling guides anymore and just want hardcore raiding stuff. So that's fine, I can do that. I can get a character to 90 and get some gear and then start throwing out raiding videos if that's what you guys would prefer instead. Be quite cool to get back into this, actually. I'm starting to enjoy it, but hopefully you guys have liked what you've seen so far and you're going to be willing to stick with me on this and can give me some suggestions on how I can make things better. Let's see, so here we are. This is Goldshire, this is next village, and as you can see on this map, question marks are a quest I need to hand in. The exclamation marks are new quests that I can take on. So there is a stack load of stuff I can be getting involved in this village, and hopefully push me on and get me up to level 10 in the time that we get the next video up. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, please subscribe to the channel. There's lots of good stuff, World of Warcraft and other games that will be available on here. Throw me a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. And if there's anything that you want to see, any comments, any feedback, things I can do better, then please let me know. Throw that in the comment section and I will do my best to make these videos as enjoyable as I can for you. Thank you very much.